And gentlemen, we are back.
Literally later.
Recording this 2 minutes after the round preview because you know what? We just want more content, all right? And you guys got to be okay with that. The Back Yourself podcast is here to talk Origin. It's that time of year.
It's exciting.
Can you sniff that Origin aroma in the air, mate?
Yes.
Does it feel like Origin's around the corner?
Yeah,
or has it crept up on you a little bit?
Nah, I feel like it's around the corner. As soon as Magic Round's done, you're kind of like, when's Origin?
No, I was more keen for women in the league round.
No, you
to
weren't.
see who gives up.
Okay. But as soon as Magic Round's done, you're like, all right, it's Origin time.
I feel like, and this is just my opinion, the selection drama of this year wasn't as present as normal. Like, normally there's some sort of controversy of, oh, what the fuck, Freddie picked Pangai? Or like, oh, what the fuck, Billy's picked Walsh and he's left Ponga out of the 17 altogether. There's something of that ilk, but...
Well, the injuries
even the somewhat controversial ones, and I'm going to allude to it now, like picking Max King, I feel like in previous years, at least some part of the crowd of New South Wales would be like, why are we picking Max King, blah, blah, blah. And we would probably say that too, but now it's just like, oh, like, yeah, congrats, Max King, you're in there. Robert Toya's in there. Like,
well, the
the
only argument is Terrell May, right?
That's the only one of like, oh, okay, that probably was a snub, but... I guess we can talk about that.
Sky doesn't pick Tigers, but anyway, we'll continue.
Literally, if you're a Tiger, you can say Khuda first to Origin this year, which is hilarious. But now let's talk about the lineups, mate. I'm going to start with Queensland first because they are the home team. They are the challengers for the Shield because that resides in New South Wales. That's right, baby. You heard it now.
Why are you so excited?
Because...
we're literally better than them.
We're literally better than them. But in Queensland's defence... we have been better than them for about 5 of the last 6 years at least, and it's a 50-50 split since then. But is this a potential dynastic run for New South Wales considering who we have, who we pick, the depth of players we have in case of injury, and the options we have if something goes wrong?
Oh.
In my opinion, particularly with the aging of some of the key Queensland playmakers that have stitched us up for about fucking 10 years... the door is wide open for us to just go on a rampage, but...
they do have some great young stars coming through.
Yeah, but how great are they compared to our ones? I would argue...
Yeah,
well, I'm going to make that argument shortly, but I'll start with Queensland first because...
they're the home team.
They are the home defending losers. Kalen Ponga, Coates, Robert Toia, which is a bit of the shock, but we'll elaborate more on that shortly. Hammer time in the centres with Val outside of him. Munster and Cherry Evans, two familiar faces in the halves. Fodder, Waker and Tino, a bit of Titans fucking DNA in the front row. With Harry Grant
These
at the
cunts are
9.
last.
Conveniently he's healthy now. Ruben Cotter and Jeremiah Nana, a bit of Cowboys DNA in the back row. With Paddy Carrigan to pack the
I don't know how he's
block
playing.
without a lip. Tommy Dearden, Lindsay Collins, Beau Fermor and Trent Loiero. Two of the debutants coming off the bench. And regardless of whether Thurston, Lockyer, Munster, Wally Lewis was in there, Queensland, it's like it's their remote. They always have to have one weirdo in the team.
Yeah.
And this year, there's a few candidates. I would say Loiero, come on.
I thought it would be.
When last seen, he literally gave Raiders a win, and now he's playing Origin. Or even Robert Toia, you could probably argue. How is he in there?
I would actually argue Dearden, but anyway. I'll explain why.
As in the capacity that he's picked is a bit random.
Why? It doesn't make sense.
Okay. New South Wales, strap yourselves in, folks. Dylan Edwards, boo.
Boo.
Brian To'o, Stephen Crichton, Latrell Mitchell, and Zach Lomax.
Holy fuck.
With Mitch Moses and Nathan Cleary shifting the ball out wide to those blokes. Mitch Barnett and Payne Haas, we believe, will be starting in the front row.
I think he's okay, yeah.
I think he's okay, so I'm going to give that the nod of approval that he's going to be playing.
I still don't think they made the right decision, even if
Reece
he's
Robson,
okay.
Chris's favourite player, playing hooker.
Useless.
Liam Martin, Angus Crichton, Isaiah Yeo, the same back row and lock that played out of their skin in the previous year's series. Connor Watson, Spencer Leniu, a couple of Roosters coming off the bench, along with Hudson Young and the debutant for the Blues, Max King.
Yep.
Campbell, Graham, Stefano, and Hamoli on the extended bench, which is irrelevant.
All useless.
Kurt Mann, Jesse Arthurs, Finifuaki. Who cares?
Yeah.
Now that we've spoken about the team list, Chris, what are your intriguing talking points in terms of... start with Queensland first. What stands out to you, both positive and negative? What's the pros and cons of Queensland? And then you can give me New South Wales as one.
All right. Well, What are the pros? Well, their spine is the scariest they have. In my opinion, I'm more scared of Queensland when Caelan's there than Walsh. And they have Caelan, they have Munster, they have Cherry Evans, they have Grant. And that's the pinnacle. I mean, they've done enough to New South Wales in the past that they can easily do it again, being those 4 players. There's not much else positive-wise, because I think they've been riddled with injuries across the park. Not having Gilbert, which really helps putting Cotter onto the bench, because Cotter's second row is a bit desperate. And the front line, I mean,
is there a centre
fucking serious?
Is there a back they could have picked instead of Toia? Just because, it's a big job.
Okay, Paul. I will get to Toia. And this is what...
It's not that
I don't want to talk shit about Billy, but I feel like it's happened the last couple of years. What Queensland have been great at is just doing their own thing. And the first time, this other thing is obviously due to injury, but one thing that they're doing their own thing is we're naming Harry, we're naming Ben Hunt, you can't do something about it. And we never could. We were just like, oh, well, we're fucked. We have no options. Now, obviously, Ben Hunt's out, which is fine. And I'm sure Billy would have picked Ben Hunt if he was there. So I'm not saying that. But Robert Toia seems like, all right, we need someone that's big, athletic, has a bit of pace because we need to stop Latrell. Literally, first of all, you're laughing because you can't. Second of all, it shouldn't be what selects him. You shouldn't make the selection based on what's on the other side. I would have gone with Capewell and closed my eyes. Fuck it. He's been there. He was selected, and I forget the other player. I think it was David Fafita last year. They literally selected Capewell, and Billy Slater got fucking crucified by everyone.
You just made my point for me.
Not picking him. And now they don't want to pick him because, but Robert Toia, brah, he's going to stop Latrell. No one can stop Latrell.
No. See, this is where you're mistaken. Capewell got picked in the centres 3 or 4 years back in the COVID era. What confuses me is, I would say, Capewell's playing career best footy. Would you agree with me?
Yeah.
He's playing career best footy. And last year, Billy made the controversial decision of being him. Like, no, fuck David Fafita. He's lazy. I'm going to pick Capewell instead. And Capewell played. He played pretty good.
He plays good all the time.
Now Capewell's playing better at club level. Fafita's not even an option to be selected. And Billy's like, I'm going to leave Capewell out of the 17 altogether. And I'm going to pick Cotter and Robert Toia. It seems a bit weird to me.
It does seem weird, right? I think Capewell deserved to be there. Centers wise, okay. You tried Val. Val is not the right experiment, okay? Val got fucking cooked last time. Fair enough, you don't want to put Val there. And to be honest, if it wasn't like Dragons or Cowboys needing him at center, truly he's a better winger. So it's fine, him being on the wing. I don't have an issue with that. So you need a center. I don't think Robert Toia was the answer. I think Capewell was. But they didn't pick Capewell, sure. Let me know in the comments other centers they could have picked, but I think Capewell is probably the best option they had to play center. Because it's not about trying to match up well with the other team. You're playing a freak of nature, Latrell Mitchell. You can't. It's not possible. You don't have anyone. Truly.
They need fucking English or something.
Yeah. You can't. That's not how you're going to beat them, right? You're going to beat Latrell by work ethic. And you fucking had a great old giggle this week, even though South won, that when Latrell, after 4 tries saved, he stood next to RP Carson and was like, fuck it, just go score, cunt. I've had enough. That's how you beat Latrell, just through effort. And what else symbolizes effort more than Capewell?
I agree with you, yeah.
It doesnn't make any sense that Robert Toia is in the team at all. Bench-wise, all right. Just fucking cancel. Right, These cunts get worse, all right?
It's Dearden, Collins...
Why is
Loiero
Dearden there? I would have never selected Dearden. Unless he's playing 5'8", I'm not going to pick him. Simple. And I think it's as blanket as that. Especially when... Okay,
I know why they picked him.
Ben Hunt's out, sure.
Who's the closest approximation of Ben Hunt that Queensland could grab?
Dearden?
Yeah.
No.
He's a half that is tough. Defensively, he's strong. And he can play 20 minutes at hooker because of his
Reed can't do that?
See, now this is the thing. I think Reed is a completely different type of player. Bringing Reed off the bench does nothing.
I disagree. I think Reed. I don't even think bringing Reed off the bench playing hooker is a problem. He can go play lock. I trust him more at lock than Dearden.
That's an option.
Because look, this is what's going to happen, right? Mo has to come off. Tino playing front row has to come off. Carrigan's going to play 90 minutes, because not 80, 90.
Yeah.
So he'll probably go to prop, and you put fucking... You can't put Dearden at lock. You get killed.
He'd be okay. The idea for Queensland, and they've had a hard-on for this idea for years and years, is you bring on a ball-playing lock, and you have 5 halves on the field.
Yeah.
To go around New South Wales.
Okay, where does Loiero go in this team?
In the middle.
Oh, he's going to play front row.
He'll probably play lock. Like you said, Carrigan will go to fucking somewhere in the middle for either
whoever comes on.
Fodawaker or Tino, and the other one will be Collins and Loiero will be the rotation. If a back row goes down, Loiero can play in the back row. I don't really get why Capewell isn't at least on the bench, seeing as he can play centers.
You can play anywhere.
And back row, you can fucking play him wing if you need to.
He played for Sharks wing. So
he's probably like one of their most versatile forwards in that case. But Dearden does give him halves coverage where if he was to pick Marnie, he doesn't have halves coverage.
I got it. And everyone's going to kill me. I truly would pick Gagai over Robert Toia.
I would as well, yeah.
There is
Especially
no reason.
to match up with Latrell. At least Gagai will have
he's the least capped player to play Origin. And you know the player before him? Payne Haas. Payne Haas is Payne Haas. Like, come on. Some tout him the best prop ever.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to get into Origin in 15 games. What the fuck's Robert Toia done to begin Origin in 10 games?
I know, yeah.
I mean, yeah, he scored a few tries.
It's not that he's a bad player, but it's just like...
This is the Origin arena.
Yeah.
No, Billy. Yes, you try an experiment. And look, it doesn't matter who you're going to put there. Latrell's going to make him look silly. So it's no knock on Toia, right? And there's no knock on Gagai, and there'll be no knock on Capewell because Latrell's just Latrell. But just putting him in that scenario, fuck me. It's just...
Yeah, it's a big ask.
It's a big ask, bro.
I feel like it's kind of unfair to the kid.
It's unfair. Absolutely unfair. I don't know what they're going to do. Like, even... the naming of the forwards. Why is Carrigan not prop and Tino lock? Like, it's just... Tino's played lock the whole year. And coincidentally, Carrigan's played prop the whole year.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Not that on the day they're going to just swap, but just fucking name it properly, cunt. Yeah. He's already pissing me off.
It's a bit strange.
Usually I'm going for Queensland, but this cunt fucking pissed me off with these selections. It's shit.
Yeah, it's dubious, to say the least.
You know what? Usually the Queensland one, New South Wales ones are the fucking fucked up ones, but they're actually more sane this year.
Where we pick, we put a fullback at centre and we play a winger.
These cunts just...
Yeah.
They've lost
it's like a role reversal.
They've lost Ben Hunt and they don't know what to do anymore.
I think they're scared of us.
Well, you can't. Of course they are.
I think the deepest fan that Queensland has is probably in the back of their mind, like, we should lose this series.
There's no reason to win this series.
There's no reason to win this series.
And
but on the other side, I'll have my Queensland take now, if you don't mind, and then we can talk the Blues. Where are they dangerous on the park?
The spine.
At the end of the day, they always shift the ball pretty well. And that shit's fucking annoying. Do they have the forwards to be able to contain what's coming at them? Not only from the New South Wales forwards, but from the New South Wales backline, which is sickening in their ability to be athletic, high motors, high meters, come at you in waves for 80 minutes, which we saw in all 3 games of last year. Even though the send-off happened in game 1, there was like a 30-minute stretch where New South Wales was like actually running over them. I feel like we kind of scoffed at it because we were like, Queensland stopped trying because they went up 50-0 and there was a send-off, which was fair enough. But we saw that the arm wrestle was constantly won by New South Wales as the series went on. And by the end of it, the floodgates opened and Bradman Best scored in the corner. Mitch Moses scored out under the post. And the experiment of running out 15 fucking playmakers, it didn't do the job for Queensland because they only scored the 1 try, right? So... New South Wales are essentially running it back. I feel like Edwards is picked for that reason. He's perceived to be a great defensive fullback with a high work rate. And he kind of... It's like improves the strength for the Blues. Like...
We're going to just keep
literally, for 80 minutes, we have 5 players that are like, I'll take the next hit up. To'o, Edwards, Lomax, Critter, who's not like...
Latrell.
And Latrell. Like, Critter and Latrell won't be the volume hit-ups, but the ones they take, you're going to feel them.
Yeah.
And then the forwards-wise, look, Queensland, they've got some outs for sure. Tino is probably one of the best forwards on the field, and I'll never scoff at him. But the rest of them, like Cotter on an edge, Nanai, he's good with the ball, but literally 5 weeks ago, Todd Pettit was like, "You're not even good enough to play."
I still think that's the right selection. He's fucking... Todd Payton's an idiot.
No. Nana is their right selection, but I'm saying I don't see flaws in the New South Wales forwards in any of the positions.
It's hard to see any flaws in New South Wales.
When I look at Queensland, I'm like, Nana, not the best defender. Cotter, is he an out-and-out back rower? Loiero, I'm not scared of you in any capacity. Fodawaker, he's done his job in Origin, but he's no Payne Haas, and neither is Lindsay Collins. And that X factor of Ben Hunt coming off the bench and feeding us for 20 minutes is kind of gone.
Yeah.
Didn't.
What is he going to do?
Start him or...
Start him or don't play him. I think it's simple as that.
And not only that, I don't see them winning the forward battle by the time he gets on to even do his show and go garbage for like... Who are we bringing on? Spencer Leniu and fucking...
And like what? Okay, let's say, I don't know, Val goes down. He's going to go play wing. Or play centre. He can't even play centre.
He probably could play centre.
I actually guarantee Munster will go play centre and he will go play 5'8". They would trust Munster more out there.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, that's the utility, right? And Connor Watson did a great job at this, even though I'm going to fucking kill him in a second. But Connor Watson can play centre and he's competent.
Yeah, he can
but
play.
I don't trust... Imagine Dearden on fucking Latrell.
No,
Fuck me.
So what Dearden offers them is, if Munster gets a head knock in 5 minutes, Dearden can go play fullback.
Well,
if
that's the one flaw on the other side.
If Kalen gets injured in 2 minutes, you can put Munster or Hammer time to fullback.
Munster will probably go fullback.
Munster can go fullback, and then you have Dearden to go play in the probably one of the most important positions on the field.
If Kalen gets a head knock, that's the biggest scenario.
But if you pick Marnie, you don't really have options if one of the halves go down. Because normally you would have Ben Hunt, right? And Ben Hunt, he'd go play fullback. He doesn't give a fuck. But without him, Queensland have always... Why did they pick Cobbo last year? Oh, you know what? Kalen gets a... If Reece goes down, if something happens, we have somebody that can go play in one of the key positions.
Do you think Cobbo would have been in this team for sure? Yeah, I think he would have been. Yeah. He would play centre.
Fuck, you pick Cobbo in the centres. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but he was
That's better
injured.
than Robert Toia.
Unfortunately, he was injured.
See, the thing with Queensland was Taulagi, Cobbo, Walsh, they kind of had a lot of injury. It's not on accident that Toya's there. Obviously, he's not first selected, right? But we're just kind of arguing that there might have been a better opportunity for something 100%. A bit safer. I'm not saying Toia will play bad. I'm not saying Toya's not a good upcoming youthful player, but is he Origin ready to fucking have what's going to be coming at him come at him? Probably not, in my opinion. Now, the spine for Queensland...
How can you
I feel like
them?
You can't fault it. Like, you won't really find 4 better players to put in the spine than what they're dishing out. Munster, champion player of the NRL. Cherry Evans, the veteran of the league, essentially, at this point.
He was brilliant last week.
Kalen Ponga, who's a Dally M medalist, and Harry Grant, who's probably can win 5 Dally M hookers of the year in a row. And he plays like an inbred every other week. So that's kind of explains itself. Will they have enough of a ascendancy to fucking show their best? In my opinion, probably not. But whether they win or lose the game, they won't lose them the game. But if they are to win, you're going to need 10 out of 10 from Kalen, 10 out of 10 from Munster, 10 out of 10 from Cherry, 11 out of 10 from Harry Grant. And that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, that's the only way. Yeah.
Outside of just the selections and how the team matches up, I feel like they've lacked some strike as well.
It's up to Hammer, right?
Hammer,
he's literally going to be handcuffed.
I feel like Hammer and Ponga have like a massive, massive job on their hands. Because normally you would, like, as shit as he is, every time I see David Fafita in Queensland jersey, I'm like, fuck. At any time, he can run over 3 of our players and score.
Yeah.
But I don't really see... I'm like...
I can't see Nanai running over anyone Cotter.
There's really not that many players that I'm, like, shaking in my boots about.
And the other selection that was a bit strange, which I don't think he was in the team, is it because he's suspended? Is Horsburgh playing this week?
Yeah.
I found that strange. I think he should be there.
I'd pick him over Loiero.
Yeah, he's got that mongrel. Yeah. You never know. Like, you need that in Origin. Yeah, and especially Queensland.
Yeah.
I don't know. I found that strange as well that they
Yeah.
didn't pick him.
I feel like they have kind of gone away from their roots.
They're
a tiny
literally
bit.
because they're scared of New South Wales.
Yeah, I
Like you
think
said,
so.
that's all it is.
And I'm not blaming them for being scared. I'd be scared of them too.
I'm scared of them too. I'm scared for them.
Quick quiz for those of you in the comment section, my rugby league historians. Where would you rate this New South Wales 1 to 7 in terms of historic Origin lineups? We're going Edwards, Lomax, To'o. Would you say Lomax and To'o are the two best wingers in the league?
Yeah.
There's like Ronaldo.
Xavier Coates.
I would take the New South Wales wingers over Coates.
Coates and Lomax. That'd be fucked.
To'o and Lomax, that's crazy.
Ronaldo. Okay, all right. I would take Ronaldo over To'o. Ronaldo and Lomax. Holy fuck.
Sure, yeah, but as far as like what's available for Origin, I'm not sure you get two better wingers than these two.
You don't.
You definitely won't. Literally, you have the two best centers in the league.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Well, would you take Lomax and Turbo?
No.
You would take these
I'll
two?
take To'o.
Okay, all right.
As a winger, I would. If I was picking the New South Wales team and Turbo was a bit healthier, I would have gone the
Full
outside
out
backs with Turbo at fullback, which would be disgusting.
Yeah.
But not only are the backs insane, but
It's the halves.
to think that we have Moses and Cleary, which I would probably argue at this stage, Cleary's the best halfback in the league. I would go Jarome Hughes second to him, personally. And I would have Mitch third.
Holy shit! Jerome Hughes. I thought you said Jarome Luai for a second.
No,
Hughes.
Jarome Hughes.
Okay.
And then
God.
Jerome Hughes, and then I would have Moses a close third to Hughes. Because Hughes obviously won a Dally M, and he had the season from heaven last year, but for Moses to get thrust into the fire, and I want to say Moses probably has a winning Origin record, and he's never really played bad.
4-2.
4-2. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's been great in Origin.
And he's not just like steering the... What I like about Moses is the same way he plays for Para, he plays like that for the Blues as well.
Yeah.
He kicks long, he chases hard, he tackles much better than he did earlier in his career. He doesn't mind throwing a cutout or taking the line on. You sort of get the best of him in the Origin arena. Cleary, for as good as he has been at Clubland, some have question marks on why he hasn't had his fingerprints over an entire Origin series. I think partially it's because he's been injured at the wrong times, but if there's ever a fucking opportunity, it's now. So the New South Wales 1 to 7, in my opinion,
It's ridiculous.
is absolutely ridiculous.
They have made one mistake though.
That's a separate debate. Me personally, the best I've seen in the Origin arena was Slater, Brent Tate, Darius Boyd, Hodges, Inglis.
Yeah, that was fucked.
Sorry, take Brent Tate out, put Jarome Yao Yi there.
Yeah.
And Thurston Lockyer, I was like, this. No wonder we fucking lost 9 in a row.
And you got Cameron Smith at 9.
Yeah, well, that was just insane. But as far as like caliber of strikeout wide with the ability to give them good ball, I think what New South Wales is running out, like, it's fucked.
Yeah.
It's literally fucked. And when you look at the players that have missed out of selection on this team, they would literally walk into the Queensland.
They would. I agree.
You know, like
there's no way Turbo wouldn't be there at centre to defend
Turbo,
Latrell.
Bradman. They would even probably take like Stags or who else has missed out on the wing? I don't know. Like, would they take Tupou or something out of desperation? Maybe.
Yeah, they can.
We got some absolute gun players in the middle of the park. Look, you can't fault a winning formula, I guess, but we're gonna fault it because it's that time of the year where we say, what the fuck does Coruscant do to get a run?
Well, okay. Well, we can start that now. Well, obviously, I'm obviously part of the bad side, but, you know, Warriors fans will understand. It's not the fact I don't like Robson. And I want it to be clear. He is a good player. And it's fine that they select him. It's the fact that every single year, these guys put Connor Watson on the bench. All right? Listen. Okay, if you get a head knock, Connor Watson can go play here, Connor Watson can go play there, sure, right? I agree with you. But mainly his job is to come on for Robson. Robson plays 80. Coruscant only needs 60 minutes, and then he can fuck off. He literally plays 60 minutes bringing on Talon De Silva. Like, he's going to come off. He's not going to want to stay on. He's fucking tired. Look, there is one, like, the more I sit here and think about it, there is a flaw. And I don't like to say it, but it's just, if Moses and Cleary have a bad game, we're fucked.
We're not. I'll tell you why later.
I think we have the strike, But if the players don't get the ball, I don't know whether is the strike going to be there?
I'll tell you.
My concern, and look, if you're going to pick Robson for defensive purposes, whatever garbage, right, and not pick Coruscant, then I think you need to be more creative at fullback. And Lomax and To'o, To'o is not as fucking, I don't know. He doesn't have the big plays like Lomax does and tries to fucking make something from nothing. He's more, all right, I'm going to run hard, I'm going to do my job and score tries. It's fine. Lomax has that in him. Critter, I feel like is more lean to To'o. Yeah, he has that every now and again for dogs, but intrinsically he's more I'll just fucking run hard and defend as hard as I can.
Critter's the lockdown defender of the
Exactly. Latrell is his own entity. Moses and Cleary. Robson's not going to do anything, so don't worry about him. And with Hudson on the bench, no Homoli, Yo, Mitch Barnett, these players they're not going to fucking generate anything, right? They're good in their position, but they don't. That X factor isn't there for a lot of these players, and it doesn't need to be because you have Moses and Cleary. Why? But in my opinion, to make sure you have enough out there, and one thing that you said, if fucking if Cleary or Moses get a fucking head knock, we'll be like, oh fuck, we're fucked here.
What's the plan? Connor Watson?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
And
it's not Dearden.
But it's not even the point, okay, Connor Watson goes and fills 5'8". He'll do a great job defensively. Can we even fucking score? And that's where I would have picked Pappy.
This is where you need Cody Walker.
This is where I would have picked Pappy.
Wow.
I think Pappy, in addition to this backline, look, all right, the number one thing everyone's going to say, he doesn't get meters. Do you fucking need them with this backline? What? Moses is going to go down, Lomax is going to go down, then you're going to lose anyway. Lomax is going to make 300 meters.
Well, in that case...
To'o is going to make another 4,000 meters. Crichton and Latrell, one in every other set, one of them will take a hit up. And like you said, it might not be every single time, but it's going to be fucking hurt them. And you're talking about players coming off the back fence. You got Mitch Barnett, who will always be there. Payne Haas will give you 10 meters. Leniu will come off the bench and give you 10 meters. Hudson Young will give you 10 meters. And Max King's going to want to make a progression. We're not worried about meters. So... You're not worried about meters, so your Edwards is putting there is fucking, in my opinion, I know what you're saying is we're playing to our strength, which is what we did last year. I think it's a bit overkill. If we lose a half, that's realistically the only way we can lose. And what we've done is essentially gone, okay, we know we're better than them. We're going to pick Moses and Cleary. Okay, sure. What if one of them go down? Well, fuck.
We have Watson.
We don't have shit. And I'm not saying, okay, don't pick Watson. I would have picked Watson, but I picked Coruscant. At least if Moses and Cleary go down, no matter what, we have Coruscant. Coruscant can generate anything from the hooker position and get Haas to fucking crash over these bum-ass forwards. And on top of that, they have bum forwards, and Coruscant literally puts fucking Safer through holes, let alone this Queensland and New South Wales team.
I have a proposal, which I've been banging the drum for 3 years.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt. Would you not just pick Burden instead of...
Well, Burden should always be there. If you're going to pick Robson, it should be Burden.
I think Burden gives you cover in the centres and the halves.
Anyway.
And potentially back row if you need him for 15 minutes.
Listen, if you're going to pick Robson, you pick Burden. It's as simple as that. If you're going to pick Coruscant, you pick Watson. It's it. That's all you need to do as Laurie Daley. It's perfect matchups. And, if you're not going to pick Appy, then Burden should be on the bench because now Watson comes on for no reason because Robson plays 80 anyway. And the cover that Watson has is nowhere near Burden. Like you said, it's not. If the worst comes to worst, let's say, okay, we have 20 fullbacks, so it's fine because Latrell's in this team. But
if you pick Burden and Robson goes down, then we're fucked.
Yeah. Well, who's going to play hooker? Latrell. I mean...
That's the problem.
You can't cover everything. Even on their side, Dearden's going to play hooker for 80 minutes.
He could.
No, I think he would die. Or Munster will go do some garbage, as per usual. That's the only way I think we can lose is if we lose a half. And we didn't really cover for it. Obviously, you're not going to think of every single scenario in your head, but to be honest, if we lose a half, we don't have the creativity that we did in the past. And, I think that's where you need Pappy because...
Okay.
Pappy you don't need his meters. You just need him to his speed. And fuck me, if he gets around and you got Latrell one-on-one with someone, we're going to score every time.
Essentially, the series boils down to this, in my eyes. We can create a one-on-one and score 50% of the time.
Yeah.
But if Queensland create a one-on-one, they'll never score.
Not on the centre.
There's so much pressure on the Queensland spine to create space and give their players time that they have to create 3-on-2, 2-on-1 to score. And I'm not sure they can generate that space through the middle to be able to be like, oh, fuck, like we're getting killed so much in the middle that they're so short out wide. It's going to have to be like they're pretty well matched up, but Hammer runs around someone and that's how that like...
Yeah, that's how they're going to...
Ponga throws a cutout and Lomax is asleep on the wing.
Win. Yeah,
right?
of course.
That's a much more difficult path to victory than, Latrell has the ball on the 10-meter line and Robert Toia can't tackle him. Do we need that much creativity? In my mind... This is going to really fucking piss me off if these cunts through the Penrith running through the middle fucking offense with Isaiah Yeo and Cleary. That's what they're going to end up doing, aren't they? When literally just get the ball to your centers and get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But
that's where I don't know where Moses plugs in.
In my eyes, we're bigger, stronger, more athletic, more fucking willing to take hit-ups, get in the grind. We have Payne Haas, for God's sake. Like... I don't see a situation where the possession in the territory isn't all in the Queensland side of the field.
I'm not worried about the territory.
The kicking game is like... I mean, Cherry's good, but we got Nathan Cleary and Mitch Moses. Like,
I'm actually not worried about the territory at all. I'm worried it doesn't turn out like last year. It turns out like the year before when we won the territory, but we couldn't score.
I can see that happening, but that should never happen with Cleary and Moses.
It should never happen with Cleary and Moses, but...
I can see it happening with Luai and fucking Hines.
I agree. It can happen with those two. But if you don't have Cleary and Moses, if you say Moses goes down or Cleary goes down, we're fucked.
I still don't think we're fucked. Because we will still...
We'll create the one-on-one opportunities. But
we still should be down there end 60% of the time. And eventually Latrell and Crit are going to crash over. There's nothing you can do.
Well...
That year where we literally went out and 50-0 them every time was... We had Turbo on the troll and they just fucking had no answer.
I know.
And that was a better, like, Gagai and they had better forwards than now. This is like, you're running out Trent Loiero and you want to fuck it. And you want to compete with Spencer.
We had Latrell and Turbo like Dally M here. Like, it was fucked.
I think Latrell's a better player now than he was 3 years ago. Latrell, like...
Yeah.
Souths might not have a win.
Yeah, but Turbo fucking Dally M year was fucked.
Yeah, I mean, Crit is no slouch, right? So...
Nah, I would take Turbo.
Turbo was something else, but Stephen Crichton, like...
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a slouch, but...
You know?
You're just saying, like, eventually they're just going to get one-on-one and score.
You're splitting hairs. Now, the back row... Mate, we literally have fucking Angus Crichton and Liam Martin.
Yeah, I'm not...
The Queensland back rows couldn't hold a candle to those two.
No, they couldn't.
Ola Kawatu might captain Queensland. He's not even in our 17. There's no reason for these cunts to lose.
Okay. There's no reason for them to lose.
Which is normally when they fuck it up.
No. I'm not saying they will fuck it up. I'm saying we do lose. Where do we go? Like, I truly think they'll just capitulate.
No, run it out again.
They won't.
It's a best of 3. That's the beauty of it.
They actually won't. I know Laurie Daley won't do that.
Well, what the fuck's he going to change? He's going to bring in Luai.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think he has the balls to be like, nah, Mitch Moses, get the fuck out. Or Cleary, get the fuck out. He won't. He'll change 1 or 2 garbage forwards and we'll go and win anyway. There's no reason to change anything. If you guys can't go out there and win, it's not a player selection problem. It's you guys are fucking just coaching or X's and O's or maybe there was another send-off. Truly, if there wasn't last year, we were much shitter than this.
Yeah.
And without a send-off, we would have like easily won all 3 games.
Yeah.
Running out Bradman. Now we have Latrell.
Yeah, I know.
Mate, like,
I'm not despising that. If the only way we lose is if the reliability of the creativity goes to Edwards and Robson. That's the only way.
And Yo.
But then we'll lose.
Yeah.
We won't beat them with that. But any other scenario that Moses fucking has a blinder, and the beauty of Moses in Origin is he just fucking turns into a possessed Hines.
I know, yeah.
Like because he's so quick, he just runs the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
And you need that as a 5'8".
and you know what? Like, people saying, oh, why didn't they pick Luai? Like, anyone making that argument. Literally, you're going to see Twinkle Toes to another level. This can't, like, for Para has to play that number 7 kicking game, you know, conservative, control the game. Now he has Cleary. He doesn't give a fuck. He's just going to run 1,000 times and peg it at Latrell. That's all he's going to do.
And conveniently, he's on that side with... I mean, this guy's going from playing with Sam Rani, and now he looks outside him and sees Angus Crichton, who, of all the great players that played last year, actually won Man of the Series. And outside him is going to be Latrell and Toia. Like, it's insane.
No, he robbed his Man of the Series. He doesn't want to cast to him anymore.
I mean...
Where's Hudson?
Hudson's coming on as well, mate.
I would have started Hudson, Ima.
In what capacity?
No, second row instead of Crichton. I think Hudson's had a better year. Hudson had an absolute cracker. Like,
I think Angus gets picked because of what he did in the Origin Arena last
I get
year.
that,
But Hudson, like... Okay, do you think Hudson deserved the spot over Hamoli?
on the bench?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Hamoli has been... Last year was fucked. This year he's like a bit out of form.
Whereas Hudson's killing it.
Hudson's really
week.
killing it, yeah. I think like Hamoli's had those like couple off games. Like
I think,
last year was fucked. They couldn't guard him.
When Hudson got picked the other years, it was probably a bit premature. I think he's ready now.
The only like thing, the New South Wales selectors have so much choice, right? So maybe we're splitting hairs here, but like
yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. But what I'm saying is like Hamoli had a fucking. You can't get a better year out of him, and he got on the bench last year. Like,
well, that just goes.
That's just. You can't drop Martin. Like, that's
no
out
matter
of
what
question.
Martin has
that's
to
out
start,
of question.
right? He's always been one of our better players.
I can't imagine this team plus Jake Trbojevic plus Murray.
Oh my god, yeah! Imagine if Cam Murray was there.
Holy fuck, we destroyed them.
In that capacity,
I would drop Yo 100%.
Yeah, fuck Yo. In that capacity, I might run out Cody Walker.
Oh yeah,
Fuck it.
I would.
We literally scored 36 points.
Yeah, they can't defend it.
There's nothing you can do.
I would. You know what? Just fucking put Kulamatagi as well.
Even he. I swear to God, he would be the first back row pick for Queensland if he was eligible for them. And he's like, didn't even get a...
I would genuinely replace both Nanai and Cotter with Hamoli and Kulamatagi, and it would scare me more.
I know.
Yeah. I'd be like, all right, fuck, Hamoli's one-on-one with Moses? Fuck me.
Now, punting-wise, it's 2.5 too short. I mean, this opened at Pickham, which was...
Yeah, well, they had to.
Sure, okay, like...
No, but with Walsh and fucking Hunt...
No, but this was Pickham as early as like last week.
And Cobbo, there was there's a bit.
Okay, if all of them were playing,
think about if they were full strength, they truly won't be that bad.
And it was Pickham, what would you take?
Fuck, I would still take New South Wales.
Same,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But like then I would be like, fuck,
we're full strength as well. Give us fucking Turbo and Cam Murray.
Yeah, that wouldn't even be a game.
Yeah,
I could coach and we would
win.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That would be fun.
So now that the team lists are out and you're seeing a bit of what seems on surface level to be a weaker Queensland lineup and New South Wales coming off a series victory with, probably even an improved side compared to 100%. Last year. Is it fair to only be fucking minus 2.5?
It should be 4. They're shit. Truly. Yeah. I don't even know if they could cover 4, but just out of respect because it's Origin, you got to put it at 4. You can't put 6.
You're saying you don't think Queensland can cover 4?
No.
They shouldn't be able to.
They shouldn't be able to at all. But, look, I hate putting expectations on New South Wales.
Same.
Like, they always fuck us over.
Yeah.
There's no reason for these cunts to cover 2 in any scenario whatsoever.
Yeah, I know.
They're nowhere near as good as this team. And that's all that really needs to say. Moses and Cleary were the right decision, and I'm glad they didn't fuck that up and put Luai. Do I think it should have been Moses and Luai? That's another separate argument. Fuck off. I know you fucking give your kidney up for Cleary, so it's fine.
He's literally the best player in the league.
Well, the best player in the league's got him 13th. That's all I'm going to say. Not that Para's doing any better, but I'm just like, you can see the difference when Moses is there and when fucking Moses is not there. That's Para for you.
You run out Penrith without Cleary, we'll see how good they are.
We'll see this week. Come on, Knights. But this is the best. Like, it's still not our best, and it's still fucking way better than them.
Yeah.
Like, even at their best, I would still take New South Wales at Pickham. With this team.
I know.
I'd be like, so what the fuck's
scary
going on?
Because
we're not nowhere near our best.
Let's say we go and hammer them, right?
What are they going to put the neutral ground?
What the fuck's the spread going to be in New South Wales? 10.5.
Yeah, they're game 3, though. We might put best in.
So?
Nah,
if we go and hammer them in New South Wales and run out Latrell again.
We could get a scenario that they pick like the same team they picked in game 3 the other year. Because they will be up 2-0 or already be over.
They bring Brimson in.
Yeah, they bring Brimson, we bring him best. And
They resort to more titans. Yeah, I'm sorry. Queensland fans, look, in my lifetime, I think you guys have won probably 80% of the 75% of the series against us.
This one.
I'll never disrespect your state and say that you guys don't have heart. You don't know Origin. If anything, you know
No, Origin more than New South Wales.
Honestly, like speaking from the heart here, Queensland have done Origin better than us for probably the last 2 decades.
Oh yeah.
Since Joey and Freddie's like era retired, with Laurie Daley, who's coaching us now.
We don't know shit about Origin.
We are the ones that would have more talent and lose.
Yeah.
Right? And that was symbolized the best by, I still fucking hear it in my nightmares. Cherry Evans going on stage and being like, yeah, how about that from the worst Queensland team of all time, holding the shield with Corey Allen next to him.
I remember I tipped Queensland.
Yeah, I know. That was great. But to this point, like, New South Wales is just too strong, and you guys are not that strong anymore. And the amount of talent New South Wales has truly means they can't fuck it up.
They can't.
Unless there's a Suwali.
You couldn't fuck up the selections. That's
Yeah,
how good we were.
We have that many players that's like, even if you get them wrong, you get it right.
Yeah.
You can't like fuck it up. So, from my perspective, outside of Yo ball playing for 80 minutes, there's no reason.
Let's be devil's advocate. Let's say Haas doesn't play.
All right, Stefano comes in and.
All right, now it starts to get weird.
Then we got some shit ass front rows.
If you start like Max King and then have Stefano on the bench.
That's awful.
Let's start to push it. But
that's
let's not pass, please.
That's shit. That's shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Wow. Our front row would be like...
Mitch Barnett and Max King.
And fucking Yo.
Yeah, it's god awful.
We have 2 second roles.
Now, we need Haas.
Yeah. Haas saves it a little bit.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Yeah.
Because they have Tino, right?
Tino, Carrigan, and Fonaweka, they're not slouches.
That's good.
And Collins, they're not slouches.
Collins is a slouch at this point.
Yeah, well...
in my eyes. Fuck off.
But they have Loiero, so all good. He's going to come on.
I'm sorry, Queensland. It's over for you guys.
Yeah,
I can't. New South Wales, if you guys... I will nuke them in the review if they lose. In any capacity. Even if they lose in Golden Point by a field goal, they're dead. There's no reason to lose a game this series. Wake up.
No.
And I'll give Queensland it's never easy to win in the cauldron. Queensland have heart. They won't go down easy. They should go down. These countries shouldn't win one game.
If they win game 1, I know New South Wales will start doing this shit.
I actually hope Queensland win game 1.
They'll start doing this shit, though. I can't.
No. I genuinely would want Queensland to win game 1 for the sake of the series.
Because the series...
Because if they lose game 1, it's fucking finished. Why would you cunts even play game 2 and 3?
Exactly.
Well, they're going to go on a neutral and then go to New South Wales and win game 3.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
No way.
So, for the series and this... No one... Well, we're the Back Yourself podcast, so we like seeing dead rubbers because they start bringing inbreds in. But as far as there's no hype in an Origin game that's 2-0 going into game 3 and one team's playing for pride and conveniently they always win because the other team doesn't give a shit. That's shit. I want to see 3 good games of footy. So I hope Queensland can win, but...
I want Queensland to win because I think the game 2 selections will get really funny.
That and then New South will start shaking.
Because Laurie Daley will be like, what do you mean it didn't work?
Yeah. Fuck it, I'm grabbing Turbo.
That's all he can really do, right?
But other than that...
Fuck, I'm grabbing Hoboli.
Yeah, other than that, I'm sorry, Queensland. You guys are dead. That's all I have to say.
He'd be like, fuck off, Max King.
All right, Max King, fuck off. Get out of here.
Because it's his fault that we lose. So fuck.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's over.
It's over. There's no reason to take Queensland in any capacity.
Who's your tip for man? Normally, you are good at sniffing these out. Who's your tip for man of the match in game 1? Angus Crichton.
No, Moses.
Yeah. He's going to take the glory off Cleary.
Yeah. He's going to part the Red Sea. Mate, we haven't seen Moses, ever in this case, that he's not the dominant half since he was fucking 10 at Tigers.
Yeah. Which, on his interview on 100% footy, he was like, in my life, I haven't had the chance to just be like, oh, Cleary can do the kicking and I can just play backyard footy with Latrell.
That's scary,
good.
bro.
That's pretty good.
That's scary for fucking Queensland.
Game 1.
You're just going to say Latrell. You like him.
He'll steal the headlines.
Well, he won't pass.
He won't pass. Well, not even once. But I'm going to say he's injured, so it kind of annoys me. But I want to say Haas. I think he's going to have to do a little bit of a carry job in the middle of the field. And there will be that Haas-Tino dynamic that if we can get on top of him.
As if you're not saying Edwards, bro.
I think Edwards is going to think, oh my God, Edwards, when he just has 400 running meters and nothing else, which is, I mean, sure.
Moses.
For Queensland, who will play the best for them?
This is a Munster game written all over it. Backs against the wall. What else do you fucking want from him?
My take is, if Queensland win, Munster has to be man of the match.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's the only cunt capable of actually, like...
raping the shit out of us for no reason, really. To go lose game 2 or game 3 or give up.
Yeah. I would agree with that
statement. Oh, unless Harry, like, turns into overdrive.
No.
But he's just
he
too
doesn't
dumb.
have the horses in the middle of the park. Anyway, New South Wales minus 2.5.
Yeah, easy
I'm
one.
locking it in. The Back Yourself podcast
Unders or overs?
is in unison. Overs.
Overs is
Queensland,
the back
they're going to concede fucking 26 and they're going to throw the footy around, score some garbage.
Yeah, I'll go overs.
I'm going full time. 28-12 to the Blues.
Oof.
Is that even overs? I think it would be an Origin game.
I'm going to go 26-18 to the Blues.
I
think it'll be a bit closer.
I respect it.
I can't blacken.
I really hope the ref puts the fucking whistle away and lets them
It's
play.
actually Klein Allgood.
He's normally good. I'll take him. As long as it's not Jared Sutton. Anybody but him.
Well, we've won then.
That's true. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you let us know what you think in the comment section. Your tip, first try scorer, last try scorer, spreads, totals, money line. You let us know what you're on. Same gamers.
I'm going to call it right now. New South Wales concede first.
That will be comical.
Because it will be like they're going to piss them off and then they'll come back and rape them.
Chris, I'm going to be asking you to release a Back Yourself same game multi for the podcast followers because this is your time to chef it up in the kitchen.
It is true.
And you are due to hit a 500
Well, I have to pick Moses now.
You're going to have to pick some dick, which I will defer to you on that topic. I will be in charge of sending out
Can I pick Max?
New South Wales of War.
Can I pick Max King?
You can pick whoever you want, mate, except Max King. And
I'll pick Robson.
I truly... It will be must-see television for you guys if New South Wales lose. What I want to say to these...
Holy fuck. That's going to be...
Which blow-up will be bigger, Knights or New South Wales? Probably Knights.
New South Wales? What the fuck?
Nah, Knights.
Knights, we know our ass.
No, 8.5. Wake up.
No. Nah, I disagree.
Anyway, boys, you let us know if you agree with us as far as...
I'll be very surprised if you don't.
Are we disrespecting the Maroons? It is possible. I don't feel great about coming on a live fucking forum and being like, Queensland, you can't finish, because it hasn't really worked great for us in the past, but in my eyes, in my brain, in my heart...
You know it's bad that I'm not even going for it.
I know. When you're not even cheering for them, I know they're fucking finished.
Yeah.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.